In the winter of 1959, 9 friends set out on a journey that would become one of history's most baffling mysteries. Their bodies were found scattered in the snow, some with injuries that defied explanation. What force could have driven them from their tent into the freezing night? Was it a natural disaster, a secret experiment, or something beyond our understanding? Join me as we explore the Dyatlov Pass Incident, a mystery that has puzzled experts for over 60 years. The group consisted of 8 men and 2 women, all students or graduates from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, aged 20 to 38. They were led by Igor Dyatlov, 23, a skilled hiker and engineering student, known for his determination. Zinaida Kalmogorova, 22, was a radio engineering student with a passion for adventure. Rustam Slobodin, 23, was strong and reliable, while Yuri Doroshenko, 21, was the group's jokester, always lifting spirits. Others included Georgy Krivoniskenko, 23, a skilled photographer, Alexander Kolevatov, 24, a physicist, Nikolai Thibeaux-Brignoles, 23, an engineer, Semyon Zolotaryov, 38, a war veteran, and Ludmila Dubinina, 20, a medical student. They began their trek on January 27, 1959, documenting their journey with diaries and cameras. They faced harsh weather, temperatures dropping to -30 degrees Celsius, but were in good spirits, capturing photos of snowy peaks and cozy campfires. Their goal was to reach Otorten Mountain, a challenging climb, but on February 1, they set up camp on the slopes of Kolet Sayakal, meaning Dead Mountain in the local Mansi language. That night, something went terribly wrong. Based on their diaries, the group had dinner and prepared for bed. Sometime during the night of February 1 to 2, they cut their way out of the tent and fled into the snow, most without proper clothing or shoes. The temperature was brutal, around -30 degrees Celsius, and they ran 1.5 kilometers down the slope towards the forest. Investigators later found that 6 died from hypothermia, but 3 had severe injuries. Thibeaux-Brignoles had a fractured skull, and Dubinina and Zolotaryov had major chest fractures, as if hit by a car. Dubinina was also missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips, adding to the mystery. Some had radioactive contamination on their clothing, and others showed signs of internal bleeding. Their diaries and cameras offered clues. Last entries mentioned strong winds and a sense of unease, but no clear answer to why they fled. The search party, led by local authorities and the hikers' families, found the tent on February 26, 1959. It was partially covered in snow, with a large rip from inside, suggesting they cut their way out in panic. Inside, they found belongings and footwear, indicating a hasty exit. Footprints led down to the edge of the woods, where the first 2 bodies, Doroshenko and Krivoniskenko, were found under a cedar tree, near the remains of a fire, suggesting they tried to stay warm. Over the next months, the other bodies were discovered. The last 4, found in May under snow in a ravine, had the most severe injuries, raising questions about what could cause such trauma in the wilderness. The official investigation concluded that a compelling natural force caused their deaths, but provided no further explanation. The case was closed, and files were classified until the 1990s, fueling speculation. Over decades, theories multiplied. The avalanche theory, initially dismissed due to the slope's angle, gained traction with recent studies. In 2021, Swiss scientists used simulations to show a delayed slab avalanche could have triggered panic, explaining why they fled. Another theory, infrasound, suggests wind patterns created low-frequency sounds, inducing fear and driving them out. Military involvement was speculated, with some pointing to secret Soviet tests, perhaps a missile or radiation experiment, explaining the injuries and contamination. Other ideas include animal attacks, though no tracks were found, and more outlandish theories like UFOs or Yetis, fueled by strange lights reported in the area. Each theory has its flaws. Avalanches don't explain all injuries, infrasound is hard to prove, and military tests lack evidence. The mystery persists, with experts like Donnie Icar, author of Dead Mountain, suggesting a mix of factors: weather, panic, and terrain. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case, concluding an avalanche was likely, but many remain skeptical. The 2021 Swiss study, published in Communications Earth and Environment, used 3D models to simulate the conditions, supporting the avalanche theory. Private investigators and enthusiasts, like the Dyatlov Foundation, continue exploring, with new expeditions and documentaries keeping the story alive. In 2024, a documentary, The Dyatlov Pass Incident, New Theories, aired on Discovery Channel, suggesting hypothermia-induced paranoia as a factor, adding to the debate. 60 years on, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains a haunting enigma. Was it nature's fury, a hidden experiment, or something we can't explain? Each clue, radioactive clothing, missing tongues, the tense rip, pulls us deeper, yet answers slip away. What do you think happened that night? Share your theory below, hit like if this mystery gripped you, and subscribe for more tales that defy logic. The Ural Mountains hold their secrets, but we're not done searching.